I have a story to tell about the Princess of Wands,
Yeah.
the Queen of Wands,
Yeah.
and the Lost Card.
Wow.
In that order.
The Princess of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Lust card.
Yes.
So, first of all, to my mind, I would think, well, they're all fire cards.
Yes.
And they relate to Leo. And there might be something to do with a lion or a cat involved.
The cats are symbols in the cards.
Not the story.
But yeah, they're not. Yeah, but they are part of the story. They are. Yes, they are actually.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, it actually starts with, so it starts with the Princess of Wands.
Yeah.
Here she is.
Yeah.
Now, of course, if you look at this card in connection with the other two, you would say this is a lady, okay? A young lady, a fiery young lady, as we can clearly see.
Yes.
And somehow she is connected to this. It's a tiger. Okay?
Right.
This animal. It's asleep, and it's got her by the neck. So she is like trying to run away from it, but she can't.
Okay.
Now, if you connect this with the meaning of the Lust card, you could say, I had this insight. Somebody came for a reading, and it was a person with a certain character, and it all fell into place.
Right.
This was quite a fiery, tempery lady.
Right.
You know, sometimes she exploded, and then she did stupid things and said stupid things, which afterwards she always regretted. This is this tiger. She has this animal inside of her that she can't control. It comes out when she doesn't want to, and she's trying to run away from it, but she can't because it's part of her. And so she's trying to hold it in, and so she doesn't control when it explodes.
That's interesting, because what came to my mind when just before you started talking about that is that she, you know, the tiger is the animal nature, and it's as if she's awakening, you know, because the tiger is clearly a fully grown tiger, isn't it? It's not a cub.
Yes.
And it's upside down. So you almost, I think it's almost like you have a yin yang thing going on here as well.
Yes, you do. Eh?
So there's a duality thing there. There's the animal part of the soul, the Nephesh, I think that's what it's called, isn't it? And maybe
the animal soul.
The
animal soul.
The animal soul, yes. And but the princesses are in Malkuth, aren't they? So that's almost so the tiger is kind of below Malkuth, which actually kind of, you can either say that it goes into hell, which is the underworld. But you also have the fire in the altar, the fiery altar there as well. All the princesses have an altar. Yes. So we're very much dealing with things, but the altars, they kind of also a bit to do with Tifrith, aren't they, as well?
No, but it is something that occurs on every princess card, an altar.
So this represents, but for this woman, she's having tantrums, isn't she?
Yes, it seems so, or at least she must have some character trait that she doesn't control.
Right.
And because of it, she fears it. She tries to escape from it.
Right.
So, but even when she thinks it's asleep,
right,
there's always a chance
it'll wake up.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So this is part one of the story.
Right.
And then we go to part two of the story.
Yes.
The Queen of Wands.
Right.
And I interpret this card as a lady who is trying to change. She's trying to tame the animal. How do you say? I call this card, each gives this card whatever they want as a meaning. Yeah, I say this, for me, this card means somebody who is growing, but is not growing through a natural process, but who is growing through their own efforts, who is working on himself. So this is, in my eyes, the same lady who is a bit older and riper now and wiser, and is aware of this bad side, and is trying to deal with it. And this is a very difficult part, which hence I think the spots, which normally can't change.
The leopard and their spots never change. It's English. It's an English saying. To my mind, see, I would look at this. The Queen of Wands, she has the pine cone on the wand, which
Isn't that
is
fertility?
hmm?
Isn't that fertility?
It's the Thesis. It's the same thing that's in the full card.
Yes.
Wow. So, but the queens are in Bina, okay, and in the
keep it up so you can look at it for inspiration.
Third sign, yeah, keep it there for a second. But she has a hand on the head of the leopard, and the head is where the intellect is, the mind, and everything else. So that's clearly showing that she is controlling her animal nature.
Yes, and it's also petting. It's the sign of control, of dominance, and affection.
Yes, and the tiger is sitting there quite happily as well, almost like a dog. You know,
yes, but I think through the fire, the way it's been drawn, she looks very dominant and threatening.
Well, she's in control, isn't she?
Yes, exactly. This is a card of self-discipline and being hard and a hardliner, sticking to your principles no matter what. You are in charge.
So your client, she has to aspire and achieve to be like this.
No.
She
has to aspire to be like this.
Oh, the lust.
The final stage.
Well, that's being out of control in ecstasy.
No, this is her being best friends with the animal. She's not controlling it. She's
riding the beast.
Yes, and the beast is loving it. There is nobody controlling anybody. She is controlling the beast, but the beast is obeying her because he loves her.
And she's also holding that kind of fiery goblet or something like that.
That's the famous copy. That's the cup.
The cup.
The cup.
That's the cup of chariot card of Babylon.
Yes.
So this is a woman whose energies are released. And she, to lean back like that on an animal it shows a level of relaxation.
It's surrender. It's like
surrender. And the lion has 1 foot off the ground, hasn't he?
Yes.
So which shows kind of movement, but that's from the 3 to the 4. So and her hair becomes
as well here. There's all these.
And her hair becomes the tail, doesn't it? Which is the other way around.
What you want. I don't mean this dirty, but she does look united in ecstasy with the beast.
So I think you're saying this woman needs sex.
Doesn't everybody? That's an easy one. If can you imagine?
Get laid, you'll be fine.
Bart, can you read my cards? I need some advice. No problem.